have a minute to run the length of the train to put the rear markers on. Come on. Westbury next. They're giving me a fair amount of time to do it, so that should be okay. You wouldn't get the 80 till the back was clear too. Whatever, now we got the 80, let's go. Train doesn't make any noise going through switches. Impressive. As always, this is the updated game horn. The other one's the real horn. Which horn doesn't sound bad? Oh, this one? That's not the horn that came with the game, though. That's a horn from a pack somebody else created for it. The one from the game is exactly the same as the M7 horn, which is also very wrong. They don't come looking like this either. This was also made by the same person who made the sounds. Next stop is Curl Place. Curl Place next. We just making all local stops in. Curl Place, Mineola, Maryland Avenue, New Hyde Park, Jamaica, Kew Gardens, Forest Hills, Woodside, and Penn Station, New York. Yeah, it put me right behind a tree. Nice camera placement. Mineola Station will be next. Mineola train depend. So we make Mineola at 6:47. At least this direction we don't have that stupid speed problem. I'm intrigued. There's a sun in the middle of my windshield. But I'm heading west. Why is there a sun in the middle of the windshield? Why can't I see the sun if I'm heading west? This is the morning. The sun should be behind the cab. Or behind the train, rather. Whatever. It's Dovetail Games, what do you want? used to be 3 crossings here. Well, 4. Because there is a little pedestrian one there that they didn't bother putting in the game, which is, you know, just evidence of Dovetail being Dovetail. There's a new word you can add to your vocabulary when someone's just being lazy and half-assing something. Instead of just saying they're half-assing it, they're just dovetailing it. Have I ever railfanned Biniola? Yes, I have. Quite a number of times, actually. It's a nice spot because you got the interlocking right there, so you get all the rail noise. And you got the 2 crossings, so they're blowing the horn a lot. And you also have the diesels going, diverging there. So you can get cool shots with the diesels splitting off and whatnot. Okay, so the sun is right in front of me now. You can see a big circle in the middle of the screen. But for some reason it's still in the middle of my window. That right there is just lazy. See, if it was configured like this, I had the door open. I think, why is there a key in there? The door was open, it makes sense. I mean, it still doesn't quite make sense, but I'll give it to him. You know, sun could be shining through the window onto my windshield. But it's a stretch. That's pretty deep. But yeah, the console's pretty deep. But oh, shut up. But it makes no sense with the damn door shut. But whatever. Train Sim World, the most accurate simulator ever. Hey, more M3s. With only the dim lights on, so they've only got the ditch lights. Quality craftsmanship. There we go, on time. My aircon just crapped the bed. Where'd my sounds go? There it goes. Yeah, I might not have been that accurate on that stuff, but real long on railroad engineers ain't that accurate either. They're not bad, but they're over quite frequently. This one you sort of have to be accurate because it's only a 10-car platform. Oh, I don't have the handle over far enough. It's so stupid because it's not really a thing. Fortunately, it didn't make me late in this case. Because as soon as I hit close, I can swing the handle back and it'll still close. A lock. I'm in 9. I can go all the way to 1 now. Doesn't stop anything. Next stop is Jamaica. Jamaica next. In this game with the stupid point system they use, I'm much more concerned about staying on time too than bang on the stop marker. You know, as long as you're pretty close, you're good. You gotta remember, for some dumb reason, it takes off points if you're early, too. Which makes no sense to me at all, but it does. So, you really want to get it as close as possible to perfect. Slow it down. It depends what track you're going to put us on here. Depending on what track we get, will depend what speed code we get, but it looks like we're going straight, so we should be good for 60. And we should get an 80 at the signal. Beautiful. Moving on. Queens Village. Now past Queens Village. So, for those of you who came over from YouTube, you either see in the post in the community tab that I put up, or off of my Facebook page. Thank you. And just wanted to. Sorry about the confusion of being on YouTube or here, but I couldn't get YouTube to load the to create the event for today, so I just came over here. It was easier. But this platform seems Twitch seems kind of like a smoother platform anyway. So if people don't, are going to still watch over here, I may sort of permanently move the stream over here and then post the highlights to YouTube. So that's not the original game horn. The original game horn is much worse than that. That is a sound pack that was added by a third party. If I can find the download link again, I'll post it. What is with people in this game and standing on a damn line? Jeez, Dovetail. Like, I understand that people stand on the line, but we're not supposed to promote people standing on the line. Because you're not supposed to stand on the line. Yeah, and they stand with their backs to the tracks, and it's ridiculous. Or that happens. Like, why can't I view the train dead from the front? Oh, they love standing in like where the doors are, so you can't get up. Was it yesterday on the stream? I tried to get off and I couldn't because there were people standing. I had to jump down the front in Penn. Either yesterday or the day before. Like, it makes another one of those things where it's like just sheer freaking laziness. You know, you could do so much better if you gave a darn, and they just do not seem to anymore. You can, but you have to walk to whatever car it is and cut them out by hand. So it's not typically worth bothering, because you'll be really late by the time you do it. Which sort of begs the question: were they planning on a multiplayer? Were they planning on something like that? To be able to, to put the features in, like I can cut out doors, I can cut out, isolate cars. It makes you wonder sometimes. Put in the door control panels where you have to. No, you can't. You have to actually walk back to whatever car you want to cut out at, and like isolate and do it that way. Hey, look at that. They should put in an AI conductor. And they should put in a multiplayer conductor, like they said they were when they created this thing. But in all honesty, I'm more concerned that they, expand and fix, as I say every day. I'm slowing it down, Chill out. Wow, that's skippy. It's because it won't let anything be between your train and this camera. So as soon as there is something, it wigs out to be in front of it. When it's just a pole, it's only there for like a split second. So it just jumps. It's even better when you're doing like 80 going past the platform or like light poles or something. It's just wham, bam, bam, bam. Yeah, it should be left here. Alright, now last time we learned our lesson that you have to get off the train that we're on right away when we get into Penn and leg it across the platform. Or else you have to sit there an hour. Thank you, Hotel Timetables. Oh, come on. This cost me points. Yeah, it did. Ding me a damn point for being a minute early. Such crap. Such crap. There we go. Lock them down. So where I started earlier by saying I might move some of the stream over here, if you haven't followed me on Twitch, please do so you don't miss anything. Because if I'm doing the streams over here and you're only subscribed on YouTube, you're not necessarily going to see it. So please sub or follow on Twitch if you haven't already. Thank you. Kenny Willie, thank you for the follow. That was prompt. I just say, please follow, and then all of a sudden, whoops. Thank you very much, man. Checker Transit, thank you very much for the follow. If I pronounced that even close to right. Chica. Now here, let's see, because the speed limit's going to go up to 80 and 500 yards. So let's see if we get the 80 code or we keep the 60 at this signal. We kept the 60. Alright, Kew Gardens station next. Kew Gardens is one of the ones we were exploring the other day. And I think Kew Gardens was the one where they didn't put up a fence around the outside of the station. So you actually can get out and just walk around on the street. We may do that later in the stream. We'll see. But for now, Kew Gardens next. Well, there was one time I fell through the bridge. There was another time I just walked down the stairs and was on the straight. Yes, thank you. Give me an 80 now, because I really need it right now. I'm pulling into a station. No, that's not them. The real train would do that too. It doesn't know where you're stopping. Oh shit, I forgot this is only a 4-car platform. I gotta be in more than 50% or something? Stupid game. Yep, even the car's off the end. Well, the station is Kew Gardens. Kew Gardens. Only the first 4 cars will platform here. If you're sitting behind the first 4 cars, watch your step. It's a quite a big one. Yeah, that first step's a doozy. Let's go. That's now a 6-car platform. It's on. Last time I was through there, anyway, they had put up temporary, sort of, like, platforms that were like metal and didn't look great. But it made it a 6-car platform, so can't really complain too much. Whoops. Oh yeah, bang on time. Oh, come on! Load passengers has got to give it to me exact. Alright, let's go. Did I give it to me for bang on? I put 25 in. What? I didn't get in 25. Oh, maybe it's like the midpoint or something? Or when you're. Oh, it's probably when you're done. Stupid sun visor. I gotta be there by 16 after. So. And we lose the 80, so. You know, we should be fine. But you always want to leave as, you know, have as much time when you're arriving as possible, so you can come in nice and slow and easy. Instead of coming in like a bat out of hell and slamming on the brakes. Here comes the Port Washington branch. Comes in from Port Washington, you know. But you can't actually do any switching onto it until the other side of Woodside. So it's its own separate line until after Woodside. And the Port Washington trains actually exist in this game. You just only take them as far as Woodside. Which is ridiculous, pointless, and stupid. Like, there's one, but it doesn't really go anywhere. That's where you get off and another crew gets on. It makes no sense. They should go all the way to Port Wash, but you know if they started to make Port Wash, they would not. They'd go as far as, like, Great Neck. They go as far, that's what they would, exactly what they would do. They go as far as Great Neck and be like, oh, well, the local trains during rush hour terminate here. It's as far as we have to go. 3 more stops to the end of the line. But they did the same thing with Hicksville. Could have gone to Huntington. I think it's 3 or 4 miles. Oh no, it's okay. This is far enough. No, it's not. Just build the freaking line like you're advertising you're building a damn thing. As frustrating and annoying as I find the Long Island Railroad route to Hicksville, which is just pitiful, stupid, and pointless, the Northeast Corridor bugs me even more. Like the Northeast Corridor that's New Rochelle to Newark Airport actually pisses me off. Just putting it out there. But what are you gonna do? Yeah, and the cab signal doesn't really work. Beep, 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 beep. Okay, never mind. Whatever. Penn Station, next and last. Penn Station, next and last. See, I always try to get out of Woodside a couple seconds early if you can, because getting into Penn, oftentimes you end up delayed. Typically, I think it's because, you know, if you overshoot the Penn platforms, when you're a full-length 10-car train, you're going right up to that signal usually. The way they place it, and you really don't want to go through it after an hour of running the scenario or running the route you don't want to, you know, plow through that signal at the end. So you start slowing down and you come in nice and slow, but then you end up late. So also, how do you fix the problem? So you come in slower, but now you're late. So you speed up. Now you run the risk of hitting that signal. So what do? You get out of Woodside as early as humanly possible. Thanks for the heads up, HUD. I should really know that one by now, but I keep thinking it's 35 for some reason. Yeah, it happens to the best of us every once in a while. I dinged the one on that California route yesterday. That was annoying. Look on the bright side too, you weren't streaming the whole thing live as you were doing it. I wonder if there's another achievement for like miles run with these cars. If there is, I gotta be getting close. Did anybody on here have Xbox? No? Because I knew when it first came out for the Xbox it wasn't really working. And I'm kind of curious if they fixed it. Does it work right on PS4? The M3s? Okay. So, if it works right on PS4, I wonder if they've gotten it right for Xbox now yet. You don't? It was glitchy at first. Yeah, I mean, it still is glitchy for computer. What was that white shit that just appeared around my windshield? It was the perfect moment for that to happen. Why was it unplayable? There's like one job, make sure the train shows up. That's fantastic. Wow. Dovetail game, setting the bar lower every time. Hey. Okay, so at least they're updating it when it's like completely broken. But they're never going to update some of this stuff that's just crappy. You know, if you do this right, you should barely need the brakes. But I'm already too fast. So I'm going to need a little brake. Oh, this should drop the speed code. Yep, there it goes. Although the speed codes seem to have very little to do with what the cab signaling said. Like the speed, what the wayside signal said. Hello, sir. How are you? They seem to have fixed it for the M3s, but when you used to come through here in the M7s, that would, like, it was funny when I was streaming the M7s. People would sit here waiting for it. The tunnel will like disappear for a second, and then you're just sitting there going, "What the hell?" Because you're just like in nowhere land. Where are we going? Track 19. Yeah, I'm doing alright. Can't complain. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Penn Station, New York, our last and final stop on this train. Everyone, please leave the train here at Penn Station. Thank you for riding with Long Island Railroad. And please remember, as you leave the train, to take all your personal belongings with you, and take all trash and place it in the receptacles on the station platform. This is New York's Penn Station, last and final stop. This train will be out of service. Last and final stop, New York, Penn. Every time it passes a column, it will blink again. Dum 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 dum. See, I'm actually 2 minutes early because hold it off. But, you gotta be careful. I should go work for the MTA. No, thank you. Oh. Headlights off. Marker lights on. Lock the doors. Get up. And I can't get out again. That's like twice in a freaking row.